Good afternoon, Milan Jones. My name is Mihiraa. Let's start the warm-up session. What are the different roles of a doctor?
As doctors, we wear many hats beyond treating illness. We diagnose and treat, educate patients on their health, advocate for their well-being, contribute to medical research, and promote preventive care. Our role is multifaceted, encompassing not just healing but also empowering, advocating, and advancing the health of individuals and communities alike.
What advice do you have for aspiring doctors?
Drawing from my experience as a doctor, I have several pieces of advice for upcoming doctors. Firstly, I encourage them to cultivate a genuine love for their profession. Passion for their work empowers doctors to fulfill their responsibilities efficiently and without complaint. Additionally, dedication to their profession and adherence to professional standards are crucial. Upholding medical ethics is essential in all circumstances. These are just a few pieces of advice that I offer to future doctors.
Describe your typical working day.
A typical day for me involves a balance of patient care, collaboration with colleagues, and ongoing education. I start with rounds, review patient charts, and discuss treatment plans. Throughout the day, I see patients in clinics, attend meetings to coordinate care, and handle administrative tasks. I also prioritize continuous learning by reading medical journals or attending seminars. Each day brings new challenges and opportunities to make a positive impact on my patients' lives.
Do you think doctors should attend continuous education?
Absolutely. Continuous education is vital for doctors to keep up with the latest medical advancements. It ensures that we can provide the best care possible to our patients. Whether it's attending conferences, workshops, or online courses, ongoing learning allows us to expand our knowledge, learn new techniques, and stay informed about emerging treatments. It's a crucial investment in both our professional development and the quality of patient care.
Tell me a quality that you possess that suits your profession.
One quality that I possess that suits my profession as a doctor is empathy. Empathy allows me to connect with my patients on a deeper level, understanding their concerns, fears, and needs. It enables me to provide compassionate care and support, which is essential in building trust and rapport with my patients. By putting myself in their shoes, I can better address their medical issues while considering their emotional well-being. Overall, empathy enhances the patient-doctor relationship and improves the quality of care I deliver.
Your preparation time is over. You can now start your role play.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Milan Jones, and I'll be looking after you today. How may I help you?
I had a fall today and injured my forearm.
Sorry to hear that. How may I address you?
My name is Mihiraa.
I can see you're in some discomfort, Mihiraa, and that must be really concerning for you. I'd like to make sure I fully understand how this happened, so could you tell me a little more about the injury?
Yes, doctor. I was walking down the stairs this morning and slipped. I tried to catch myself with my hand, but I fell hard on my arm. It's been about 2 hours now, and the pain is getting worse. My forearm is swollen, and I can't really move it without sharp pain. I'm worried I might have broken something.
I can hear how concerned you are, especially with that pain and swelling. It must be quite difficult for you right now. Based on what you've told me, it does sound like the fall could have caused something more than just a simple bruise, and it's understandable that you'd be worried about a fracture. Mihiraa, what we'll do next is conduct a physical examination to assess your arm more closely. I'll gently check for any signs of fractures or soft tissue injuries, and based on that, I'll likely send you for an X-ray. This will give us a clear picture of what's going on inside your arm and help us determine if there's a fracture or just soft tissue damage, such as a sprain. Do you have any specific concerns or questions, Mihiraa?
That sounds good, but I'm really anxious about long-term damage. I use my arm a lot for work, and I don't want this to affect me permanently. What do you think is the damage, doctor?
I can absolutely understand why you'd be anxious, Mihiraa. It must be unsettling not knowing exactly what's going on, especially when you rely on your arms so much for work. Right now, without the imaging results, it's hard for me to give you a definite answer. The severity of the injury will guide us, and that's why the X-ray is so important. What I can tell you is that there are a couple of possibilities. It could be something like a soft tissue injury, such as a sprain or strain, which, while painful, typically heals faster. On the other hand, if there's a fracture, we'll have to assess whether it's minor or more serious. But again, we'll need the X-ray results to understand the full picture and determine the best course of action. Please try not to worry too much just yet. Either way, we'll create a treatment plan that ensures the best possible recovery for you.
All right, I understand it's going to take some time for the definitive treatment. Meanwhile, what can be done to make me a bit more comfortable?
I'm glad you understand, Mihiraa, and I know waiting can be difficult, especially when you're in pain. In the meantime, there are a few things we can do to help you feel more comfortable. First, I'd recommend keeping your arm elevated as much as possible. This will help reduce swelling and ease some of the discomfort. Applying a cold compress or ice pack to the area for 15 to 20 minutes at a time can also help with both the pain and swelling. For pain relief, I can suggest some over-the-counter painkillers, like ibuprofen or paracetamol, which should help manage the pain. I'll also make sure you're feeling as comfortable as possible while we wait for the next steps. Before we proceed, have you had any previous injuries to this arm or any conditions that we should be aware of?
Okay, that makes me feel a little better, but I've never had an injury like this before. Could something like this heal quickly?
I completely understand your concern, Mihiraa, especially since this is your first time dealing with an injury like this. It's very natural to worry about how long it will take to heal and whether it could cause long-term problems. If the X-ray shows that there's no fracture, it's likely just a soft tissue injury, like a sprain or strain. In that case, the recovery is usually quick, and with some rest and care, you should start feeling better within a few weeks. You might not need much more than rest, ice, and possibly some light exercises as you heal. However, if there's a fracture, it will take a bit more time. Fractures often need treatment like casting, which keeps the bone in place while it heals. Depending on the severity, we may also recommend physiotherapy afterward to help you regain strength and movement. While that process can take a little longer, the good news is that with proper treatment, most people fully recover and get back to their usual activities. Now Mihiraa, can I have your consent to do the examination? This will help us plan the best care for you.
Okay, doctor, you may please.
Thank you for your consent. Once we get the X-ray results, we'll know more, and I'll guide you through every step. If you have any more questions or concerns, I'm here to help you.